Hello YouTube, this is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh here, and this is my beginner's guide to Dark Souls 3. Now, in the last episode I said I might only do one or two or a couple parts, but I figure that since I've already started, I'm playing through this character anyway, so I'll go through the entirety of the first couple of areas, and maybe the entire game if you know, I get a few likes and people are enjoying this. But yeah, in this episode I'm going to continue to the High Wall of Lothric. And I'm going to skip this Firelink Shrine area except down this path, which will give me Homeward Bones. Homeward Bones are extremely useful items for teleporting around the place in times of need. They teleport you to the last bonfire rest of that, or the Shrine Bonfire, which is the central bonfire in the game. So I'm going to quickly pick those up and head to the High Wall of Lothric. The reason I'm not sticking around Firelink Shrine and exploring is because a lot of the items here will not really help you all that much once you have those Homeward Bones. The rest of the items here are either Embers or Homeward Bones, which you should have enough of anyways. There's a guy up there who's a NPC you can kill for a powerful item. The Uchigatana, one of the best dex weapons in the game. However, he is very difficult. I can kill him by stun locking him, but I don't think any new player to the Souls franchise will be able to beat him, at least in the first 10 or so tries, just because of how hard he hits and how difficult it can be to stagger lock him at parts. I'm going to quickly level up, although I won't consume my souls that I've saved or I've gotten from loot, simply because I do want to buy the tower key after the High Wall of Lothric, and I do want to have enough souls for that, 20,000.
Very well, then.
So, to go through the stats, attunement, intelligence, and faith are all for casters, either if you're a miracle user or a sorcery user or a pyromancer or a hexer, but none of them are for melee except for maybe attunement, which does allow you to use your weapon arts, which are something you can do by pressing the R2 button while you've two-handed that weapon. Up to you if you ever want to use those, but I personally don't use them all that often, and usually 12 attunement gives me enough points. Endurance gives you more stamina, vigor gives you more health, and dexterity gives you more damage with dex weapons, strength weapons, and they both do well. Luck improves your item discovery, which are the rate at which enemies drop items that they can drop from their drop table, but also ups your bleed and poison, which are for dedicated builds. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Quickly level up. And yeah, I'm actually just going to go straight to the High Wall of Lothric. I don't feel like there's anything to do here. We'll go talk to all of the NPCs in the next Firelink Shrine episode. So in all honesty, there's probably going to be 2 episodes before we get back here, because I think I'm going to split this into 2 short parts, because I don't want videos to go over 15 minutes. Not only is it a pain in the ass to edit them together, because PlayStation only records 15-minute clips, although I could with PlayStation Share, but it's probably easier if I upload them in small segments, so that you can, you know, get the part you want, and you don't have to skip through too much, and you don't get spoiled that way too when searching for the specific area you need to go to. Quickly through these gates. There's no bonfire here. In fact, the bonfire's outside. And if you're a Lower Souls fan, back there is the Lord Vessel, or what looks to be like the Lord Vessel, with the coiled bonfire sword inside of it. A bit of lore there, I guess. I'm not sure what it means. I'd be interested to find out, but I guess it's just kind of a little nod rather than anything special. Now, you do loop around this side, so I'll skip that part and go down this side instead, which is forward, or the right way. The other way is also a good way to go, but you do come around there later anyways, when unlocking the shortcut. I actually advise killing these enemies, because they can ambush you later if you're not careful. As you see, they do a decent amount of damage, despite how weak they are. Okay, well, we were kind of lucky there. We avoided any of them getting woken up. At least I don't think any of them got woken up. You can kill all of these enemies if you want. I personally would, just because, yeah, 30 souls per, and they're pretty much one-hit kills if you use your two-handed slash thing. I'm sure the other weapons, starter weapons, will be able to one-hit kill them from a two-handed poke like this. Or a strong attack, sorry. That's actually really Good, good move right there. Oh, fortunately we did not get wake them up. That's great. The one weak side to these weapons is that they require two hands to wield, and thus you cannot really use a shield with them to use them effectively. You could do this and use one of them, but I don't think that's very effective, especially with this weak of a shield. Oh wow, that hit me. Your Estus Flask, which is your healing item, does not heal you for very much this early in the game, but later on it will heal you significant portions. In fact, mid to late game it will heal you the entirety of my max health bar right now, which is quite large, all things considered. You can drop down around here and pick up one of the most important items for a new player, which is this resin, which you can actually buff your weapon with. And you might say, well, what does that really do? A small bit extra damage when I beat the bosses if I can beat them. It's really strong against a lot of armored bosses. Not so much against non-armored bosses, but you'll find that there's a lot of armored bosses that are tricky to kill in this game. In fact, I'd go as far to say that the hardest bosses in this game are the armored bosses, the Twin Princes. I don't want to spoil the fights, so I'm just going to say names of fights and nothing about them, but Twin Princes and things like the Lord of Cinders and shit. The Lord of Cinders are in the intro cinematic to the game, so that's hopefully not a spoiler. Unfortunately, I will be spoiling things after like 4th or 5th episode if I go that far, simply because they are, at that point you really don't care about spoilers if you're watching that late into the series, I think. Okay, Titanite Shard, they're very useful, so good thing we got that. And quickly we can make a run here. That dragon will come down. Oh, nearly. Oh, we died, wow. Well, that was not meant to happen, but unfortunately the door didn't start opening. You usually get invincibility frames, which means you can't be hurt while you're opening a door, but it seemed that the door didn't quite want to open right there. Maybe I clicked the wrong button, although I did press X. Oh well. It's no big deal, because we will get our souls back right this moment, because we can skip most of those enemies anyways. I was just showing the route to get the gold pine resin, and of course the binoculars. Okay, drop down there. The enemies might follow you down, but you can mostly ignore them. If they do follow you the whole way down, they'll get destroyed by the dragon, so you've got that to look forward to. And as you can see, you get all the souls from these dead enemies without having to do a damn thing. It's pretty handy. This is not a real chest. By looking at it, you can see the chain points towards you, and it's breathing. And what this means, it's the living mimic. So if we strike it, it will take damage, because it's a monster. Look at that. Creepy as hell. Be careful with these. They can kill you in one hit if they do the grab attack. That's the grab attack. They do stagger pretty easily, but if you keep circling them and keep staggering them, they shouldn't be a problem. It's just if they do grab you, you're dead. And if they even hit you with their other attacks, you're pretty close to dead also. Oh, we just got the Symbol of Avarice. I'm sure a lot of people who've already played this game is going to be raging at me right now, because I just got one of the, not rarest, but one of the more difficult drops and better drops in the game off the very first Mimic chest. And it's actually, if you're a new player as well, it's still pretty great. Although it does do a lot of damage to you. It inflicts damage to you, which I guess kind of sucks for a newer player, but it ups your item discovery and your soul gains by quite a lot. Gotta be careful around this knight. He's pretty strong. There's not a lot I can do about blocking him without a shield, or at least a good shield. But I can hopefully stagger him a bit. We're pretty close to a bonfire, so hopefully we can, you know, deal with him the old-fashioned way. By just, you know, trading blows with them, but we should be fine. Fortunately, I got that lucky backstab. I really was doing pretty shitty there. I apologize for that. Quite embarrassing, actually. I usually do a bit better, but I'm used to playing with a different style, with a, you know, a nice shield, which I will be using this playthrough. I just need to get a good dex weapon in one hand, you know. There we go. There were items you skipped that were near the dragon. I'm sure you've seen them. One of them is a claymore, one of them is a soul packet. Soul packets give you souls when you consume them. And the other was a club or an ember. I don't know which one of those. No, I think I got both of them. Because that's why I died, because I was taking too long to get to that door. You usually only pick up one. But I think I got both of them. And the other two items, as I said, are claymore and a... Claymore is a really good quality strength kind of weapon. With a really good moveset, and the soul packet as well. A soul packet. Titanite shard behind here, make sure to pick that up. And yeah, then you, that's the high wall of Lothric. That's the first part I'll be doing. I'll probably do maybe 2 more parts, because I'm trying to keep them short. But this is how you get to the very first bonfire, where that dragon is. And once you're here, you know, you're safe. That means that you can always warp back here. You have a checkpoint, pretty much, which are really good. These bonfires are your bread and butter. These are what are going to keep you, you know, other than your Estus Flask, of course. They're going to keep you sane throughout your journey, especially if you're having a hard time. Okay, guys, this is Galway Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope you enjoyed this video. This is part 2 in my beginner's guide to Dark Souls 3. Peace out.